Good morning. For those that are standing in the back, please come up and fill in the seats that are behind the graduates and the faculty. Good morning. Please remain standing and join in the singing of America the Beautiful, led by Ms. Dory Smith.
Skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesty, above the fruited plain. America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. America, America,
Thank you, Ms. Smith. You may be seated. Welcome to the May 2015 commencement at Fort Lewis College. We are very pleased that you chose to join us in honor of this fine group of students who are earning their degrees and completing this term. I am Barbara Morris, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, and I will serve as Master of Ceremonies for today's commencement ceremony. I would like at this time to introduce members of the platform party. Please stand as you're introduced. The audience should withhold their applause till all our introductions are completed. Representing the Board of Trustees for Fort Lewis College, Ms. Karen Wild, Chair. Mr. Steve Short, Vice Chair. Mr. John Wells, Dr. Nora Jaquez, Dr. Justin McBrayer, Faculty Representative, Mr. Scott Greenler, Student Representative and President of the Student Body, our commencement speaker, the Honorable Michael Bennet, United States Senator, members of the Fort Lewis College Administration, Dr. Dean Thomas, President, Mr. Steve Schwartz, Vice President for Finance and Administration, Dr. Ken Pepion, Associate Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Maureen Brandon, Dean, School of Arts and Sciences, Dr. Paul McGurr, Interim Dean, School of Business Administration. Other members, Dr. Dugald Owen, President, Faculty Senate, Dr. Marcy Young, presenter of the invocation, Mr. Mark Goldfarb, FLC Alumni Relations. You may be seated. Let me recognize some of our important community members who are with us today. Colorado Representative J. Paul Brown, Julie Dorf, La Plata County Commissioner, Brad Blake, La Plata County Commissioner, Sweetie Marbury, City of Durango Counselor. Thank you. Many individuals and groups give much time and effort in making events like these run smoothly and successfully. I would like to thank some of those who deserve special recognition today. Mr. Mark Huber and the staff of the Physical Plant Services, members of the West Wind Pipes and Drums, Professor Mark Reed and members of the Fort Lewis College Concert Band, members of the Balasanim Choir, staff of the Registrar's Office, Student Affairs Office, President's Office, and the Office of Finance and Administration, students from the FLC Leadership Center, and a special thank you to Diane Jenkins for providing interpretive services. Please join me in thanking all these distinguished individuals. I am pleased to introduce Dr. Marcy Young, who will provide the commencement invocation.
Good morning. Graduates, congratulations. Many years ago, I was diagnosed with a debilitating autoimmune disease. This was before Google, but I quickly learned that the condition known as rectal retinitis occurs when the nerve endings of the rectum become crossed with the nerve endings of the retina, and I had a crappy outlook on life. Obviously, an attitude adjustment was in order. Attitude has been defined as state of mind or disposition. Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius once said, "Our life is what our thoughts make it," or "Change your thoughts and you change your world," was offered by Norman Vincent Peale. Believing in the strength of our thinking can seem like reaching for the clouds, like an impossible dream. But consider this. The root of the ancient Aramaic word melkutach has been said to point to a very deep vision that we all possess, and that is a profound sense of empowerment shouting, "I can." Calling on the "I can" gives you, graduates, the chance to reveal the best of ourselves in any situation. A well-known musician, sitarist Vilayat Khan, summed it up best when he said, "Why aren't you dancing at this very moment is the only spiritual question." With that, I ask you to please join me in a moment of mindful reflection, a universal invocation intended for all. May we all acknowledge the power of attitude and surrender to the possibility that it alone can change any situation. May we all celebrate the success of each of these graduates as they once said, "I can," and today they gratefully say, "I did." May you, graduates, call frequently on your own profound vision of "I can" as you contribute to our world in its ever-increasing need for compassion, understanding, and reconciliation. Finally today, may we all practice dancing with joy while these graduates remind us of our own melkutach. So be it, graduates. Dance.
You made it, class of 2015. Congratulations. You've earned your college degree, and now you're starting on a new trail. You don't need to be apprehensive about your next steps, because today you are graduates of Fort Lewis College. Let me give you a few examples of why that fact should give you confidence in the future. Last fall, the Fort Lewis College Ethics Bowl team competed in the regional competition and won. They were invited to nationals, putting them in the same list as schools like Duke, Gonzaga, and the University of Michigan. Great job, students from philosophy, music, theater, and gender and women's studies. And great job, Ethics Bowl team coach Mark Mostalski. Last year, the FLC Beta Alpha Psi chapter, Accounting's Honor Society, was named a superior chapter. It's no wonder that we have Fort Lewis College accounting grads living and working in Seattle, DC, London, Paris, Brussels, and Stockholm, among others. One more highlight is the National Science Foundation. The top 3 public chemistry programs in Colorado in terms of undergraduates who go on to earn PhDs are Colorado State University, University of Colorado Boulder, and Fort Lewis College. Our chemistry grads go out and do things like have their research used in the project that won this year's Nobel Prize for Chemistry, and become an accomplished nuclear physicist, and be named Woman Physicist of the Month this past December. Success is a tradition at Fort Lewis College, at the baccalaureate level, and now for the first time at the master's level. Your Fort Lewis College family is very proud of you, but I would suspect not quite as proud as your family and friends who are joining you today. That's a good start, but we want to continue showing you how proud we are of you. So graduates, please stand. Yes. You have accepted applause from those who love and honor you today. Look around and see who applauded you. You're surrounded by people who care about you and your future, people who are pleased for you, people who have taught you and given you their moral support, people who gave you life. All those people who have helped you come this far. Now it is your turn, graduates, to applaud them. Please be seated. Congratulations, graduates. May you continue onward, growing and forging your own trail with excitement and integrity. Thank you.
On behalf of the Board of Trustees, let me say good morning, and it is a good morning indeed. Congratulations to the class of 2015, and excuse my speech, I do have an apparatus in my mouth that prohibits me from speaking as clearly as I'd like. Congratulations to families and friends who have come to recognize our graduates today. South African activist, politician, philanthropist, and lawyer Nelson Mandela said, "Education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world." Truly, this day has changed your world with the completion of your degree program. And now, each one of you have the opportunity to go out and change the world to make it an enhanced place. Your presence, your knowledge, and your willingness to learn what needs to be taught, shared, and gathered. Learning is an everyday occurrence. Continue to hone your skill and enhance the world. Your degree is a milestone in your life. Remember Mandela's words, "Education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world." Congratulations and enjoy your achievement. Thank you.
Friends and guests, I'm Dougal Owen, Faculty Senate President. Congratulations to you graduates for completing your degrees. I am as proud of you as all your parents, families, and other professors are. It is the need to know that makes us matter. Those words of playwright Tom Stoppard capture something profound about our lives. It is the need to know that makes us matter. In your years at Fort Lewis College, you too have felt the drive to understand and know the keen pleasure of mastering a difficult subject. Knowledge matters in part because it fulfills a deep curiosity in human nature. Nor should we dismiss the minor pleasures of knowledge. You are now well prepared to contradict others and be right, or to argue persuasively for a false conclusion. Even better, you can tell science jokes, like this one about time travel. The bartender said to the particle, "We don't serve neutrinos here." A neutrino walked into a bar. I don't know. But if it is the need to know that makes us matter, then a deeper significance lies in the quest for knowledge rather than the acquisition of it. The universe remains mysterious despite our best efforts to comprehend it. It calls for both wonder and the discipline to live with uncertainty. Our failure to gain the knowledge we seek forces us to choose how to live in the face of that ignorance. Choosing values to live by in just such circumstances is the task of a human life. So in the end, it is uncertainty that gives our lives their distinctive quality. Our limitations give point to our effort to live honestly and consciously. We strive to learn as much as we can, and rightly so, but it is largely due to what we don't know that our lives have the contingency and the fragility that make them distinctively human and matter so much. The need to know makes us matter. First, because knowledge is indeed a profound delight. Second, because that need highlights our incompleteness, our finitude. And finally, third, because that finitude imposes on us the task that makes us most human. So I wish you much knowledge, but also much uncertainty. And I want to say congratulations on setting out with your new degree. Thanks.
Thank you for the opportunity to speak today. It's truly an honor. As I was preparing to write this speech, I wondered what I could provide to this graduating class. As many of you know, I will not be walking across the stage with you today. I have 1 year left at the Fort. So I wondered, how could I possibly provide insight into a life transition I have yet to experience? I haven't yet developed my ability to see into the future. Hogwarts was my second choice of school. I'm thinking about going there for my master's. But today, you will hear from those who have already made the transition from college graduate to participating member of adult society and live to tell the tale. I suppose then, my role on this stage is not to look towards the future, but to take stock of the past, to account for the number of hours spent studying, reading, writing, sitting in class, texting people to make sure they get their part of the group project done, and also to account for time spent with students and colleagues deep in discussion and laughter, corroboration and courtship, to account for about 14 tons of glass recycled over 4 years, and to account for, yes, we did have mimosas with breakfast. Today is the culmination of 4 years of hard work, and for that I want to say thank you, because even though it is you that receives a diploma today, it is our world which stands to benefit. Today you step into the world as someone who is knowledgeable, critical, engaged, and informed. In essence, you have the tools to make the world a better place, and we need it more than ever. Our generation must address the billowing oceans of carbon we're putting into the atmosphere, the widening seas of wage inequity, and the slow creep of corporate greed into American politics. But we're also the generation that saw masters of trivia beaten in jeopardy by an IBM computer named Watson. We're the generation that first saw the power of social networking from mobilizing citizens behind a just cause. We saw the first commercial electric car and the first time that we ever landed on a comet. At least, we won't go the same way as the dinosaurs. It's no doubt that both the challenges and opportunities ahead are monumental, and it will take the efforts of all of us. But if we stand up and we have the chance to make a difference, we might just leave the world better than we found it. How can we know which of our actions will leave the world a better place? There are the obvious ones. Be kind to one another, recycle, don't fart in a crowded elevator, but truly leaving the world a better place involves greater action. How do we know when to act? By way of answering that question, I want to tell you a story. I was raised in the Religious Society of Friends, or as you may know them, the Quakers. When I was about 5 years old, we learned about the emerging war in Kosovo, which started in 1998 and resulted in an estimated 5,500 civilian casualties end just 1 year later in 1999. This was a lot to take in as a 5-year-old. And after several weeks of pondering the situation, I was met with a unique and new feeling to me at that time, a feeling that I could help people that I didn't know half a world away. The next Sunday, before we went to our Quaker meeting, I ran around our yard gathering sticks and stones. When we got in the car to leave, my mother was surprised to find the sopping wet pile that I had gathered, wrapped in tissues, sitting in the back seat of the car next to me. When she asked why I had gathered and so carefully attempted to dry this profuse pile of sticks and stones, I explained that I intended to sell them at Quaker meeting for any donation to send blankets and medicine to the children of Kosovo. My mother decided it was best not to argue. When I stood up after the service and announced my plan, the community responded with incredible enthusiasm. That day, I learned always to stand up for a just cause. Spare the world your silence. Stand and speak. As you leave the fort, as you leave Durango, and as you begin new stories in your lives, look for those opportunities to leave the world better than you found it. You will recognize them when they come along. I'm counting on you to solve the world's problems before I graduate next year and have to deal with them myself. But until then, I truly believe that each and every one of you has the potential to make the world a little bit better. But it will take the combined efforts of our generation to leave the world a better place for the future. I'm honored to congratulate the graduating class of 2015 and wish you all the best of life and best of luck. As Edward Abbey once said, may your trails be crooked, winding, lonesome, dangerous, leading to the most amazing view. May your mountains rise into and above the clouds. Such is your path, unworn by the feet of the masses, unseen by eyes unwilling to shed tears in the face of the biting wind, and unparalleled in the magnitude of its beauty. Today the path splits. Don't be deterred. Thank you.
Senator Michael F. Bennet was elected United States Senator for Colorado in November 2010. A newcomer to politics with experience in business and public service, He is widely recognized as pragmatic, innovative, and an independent thinker driven by a deep-seated obligation to create more opportunity for the next generation. Senator Bennet is also a champion of education, and of higher education in particular, and of Fort Lewis College, to be even more specific. Through his leadership, we continue to seek federal support for Fort Lewis College's Native American tuition waiver program. In addition to education, he has pushed for investments in clean energy, fought to uphold our commitment to Colorado's veterans and military families, and fought to preserve Colorado's rich agricultural tradition underpinned by our family farmers and ranchers. Prior to becoming a U.S. Senator, he served as superintendent of Denver Public Schools. He holds degrees from Wesleyan University and Yale Law School. His wife, Susan Daggett, is a natural resources lawyer. They have 3 children. It is my honor and pleasure to introduce today's commencement speaker, Senator Michael Bennet.
Good morning. Chairwoman Wild and members of the board, President Thomas, Provost Morris, deans, faculty, administrators, staff, family, and, of course, most important of all, our graduates. Thank you for the opportunity to speak at this ceremony. I am honored by the chance and delighted to be standing here this morning. The President invited you to thank the folks that got you here. Nobody got here alone. I'd like you to do it louder than you did the last time. Let's say thank you to everybody that got you here, graduates, this morning. That's better. That's better. And I want to thank the President for inviting me this morning. As she mentioned, we have 3 daughters. They're 15, 14, and 10. And every year that goes by, they're less inclined to come with me when I come to something like this. And I always say, I got to go give a talk. Does anybody want to come? And the ritual is for one of them to say, how boring is it going to be? I'm going to make up for that by keeping my remarks short. I also want to recognize, before I get started, my friends Ben Nighthorse Campbell and Linda Campbell. They are not here today. I know they wanted to be here, and even though Senator Campbell has retired from Congress, he continues to work on behalf of the people of Colorado and on behalf of Fort Lewis, as the President mentioned. In fact, he and I are working with the President together to make sure that the sacred trust established when Fort Lewis transitioned from a federal government facility to the state, promising tuition for Native American students forever, is maintained and strengthened. Fort Lewis is unique for so many reasons, including the fact that it doesn't have a gym big enough to have everybody graduate at the same time. But among them, and much more important, is that this college graduates more Native American students than any other 4-year institution in the country. Ben and I are proud of that, and so is our state. So many of you have distinguished yourselves during your time at Fort Lewis. You're finding ways to make a difference, whether it's here in Durango or even in Washington, D.C., where I've had the chance to meet with students from this place. People like Krista Carpel, a mainstay of Durango, has one of our most important and, believe me, most difficult jobs. She's a teacher. Krista teaches at Durango High School and is among the inaugural class that will graduate later today of Fort Lewis's Graduate Teacher Leadership Program, a huge step for the school and a huge step for our state. And right here on campus, Kay Lynn LeClaire has worked to promote cultural diversity, which is a unique a unique strength of this community. A psychology major, Kay Lynn has been a leader at the Native American Center and chaired the last 2 Hozoni Days powwows. The more parents, the more I read about these graduates, the more inspired I became about our future. But graduates, just as you have made these contributions to your community, this community has in turn shaped you. And I think you are very fortunate that you chose Fort Lewis. Do you agree? Because the people who live here in and around Durango have a bond with the land, with Fort Lewis and each other that is special. Like all of Colorado, this region and its people are shaped by Western pragmatism, very low tolerance for nonsense. So much time in this region is consumed with difficult work, with hard work, farming and ranching, or mining, often in the face of elements that refuse to. It's not surprising, therefore, that we see problems as something to be solved, not as occasions to cast blame or vilify our neighbors. And that, in turn, leads us to collaborate, despite our differences, and discover opportunities where others may never find them. As you no doubt have detected, our nation's capital, for the moment, has chosen a different path. There, partisan rancor is the fashion, blame obscures reality, and opportunities for the American people are consequently lost. The American people in Colorado understand this, which is why the last time I checked, Congress had an approval rating of 9%, higher than Fidel Castro's, but lower than the of people who think it would be a good idea if the United States became a communist country. There are many interlocking reasons why the Congress is so unresponsive to the priorities of the American people and why, in turn, the American people have lost faith in the institution. Fortunately for all of you, today is not the day to delineate those reasons. But for today's purposes, let me just observe that in order for our democracy to reach decisions for the benefit, as the President talked about, of the next generation, we need our democratic institutions in Washington to work a lot better. And anyone caring for them to work better would do well to look to Colorado, to Durango, and Fort Lewis as their guide. Using this approach, I've found that committed Americans can still influence Washington and achieve meaningful results for their communities and their children and grandchildren. Some of you may have had the chance to experience the Hermosa Creek watershed, not far from here. The incredible skiing on the backside of Purgatory, the hiking, the snowmobiling, and cycling there and in the surrounding areas are among Fort Lewis and Durango's greatest attractions. For decades, multiple uses of the watershed coexisted, and over time the landscape became an iconic part of this region. In recent years, people began whether Hermosa would stay that way. Was there a way to preserve what we love for the generations that will live in Durango long after we are gone? And many of you have studied the history of public lands in the West, and you know that making any change to their status is often an invitation to conflict and to gridlock, or even worse. In fact, right now, as we sit here, there are senators in Washington using such controversies to try to pass laws to sell off our public lands. And it was against that backdrop that an extraordinary group of people with vastly different backgrounds, worldviews, and interests came together to see if they could do something better for Hermosa Creek. Cyclists, horse riders, hikers, bikers, snowmobilers, anglers, campers, hunters, conservationists, small businessmen and women, and yes, college students at Fort Lewis. United with a shared respect for each other and the land they loved, they pored over maps, they hiked the terrain and argued over it, and slowly a consensus began to emerge about the best way to enjoy and preserve this land together. Although, as with anything worth doing, this work was hard, the desired result was actually simple. As a local rancher, Ed Zink, described it, we just want to keep it the way it is. And in the end, the Hermosa Creek Watershed Act, written right here in Durango, passed both houses of Congress, and the President signed it. And I'm convinced that the reason it passed, along, you should know, with only 5 other wilderness bills, actually 4 other wilderness bills, in the last 2 Congresses, was the breadth of the Hermosa Creek Coalition and the practical compromises it made to keep the group together. So as you prepare to leave here, and I'm about to get out of your way, that's an applause line. I want to urge you to hang on to what has become second nature to you at Fort Lewis, but what is foreign for the moment in our national politics. That spirit of collaboration, curiosity rather than hostility toward other people's points of view, hope for the future. These are themselves principles for constructive engagement in a democracy. They prepare us for what's next. And that's good, because the future is arriving faster and faster, and we've got no better at anticipating it. Even as the endless crawl of the words breaking news at the bottom of our screens, no one predicted the Arab Spring before it sprung. And that's the most closely watched region in the world. There are great and huge historic tides that demand that we change and adapt to them in order to preserve and protect, to conserve our central values. We do not live in a stagnant world. Indeed, we're living in the midst of a great revolution that makes the 21st century as different from the 20th as the 18th was from the 17th. We are living through what may be the peak years of change on the scale of the Industrial Revolution. Are you up to it, Fort Lewis? I have no doubt. Just ask Matt Taylor, Fort Lewis class of 2001, president of Mercury Payment Systems right here in Durango. Mercury, which he began working for in 2003, also happens to be the largest employer of Fort Lewis graduates. The president was telling me earlier that one of the biggest complaints she gets from graduates is, I can't stay in Durango because I can't find a job there. Matt's helping to solve that problem. When Matt took over as president, Mercury employed 300 people and was worth $725 million. Today, because Matt has helped invent the future, the company's worth $1.6 billion when it was acquired last spring. But that's not even the important part. It now employs 610 people, more than 100 are Fort Lewis graduates, making it possible for people to work and live in one of the greatest communities in the world, Durango, Colorado. An unexpected company in a very unexpected place. Graduates, it's your turn now, and we embrace your inspired leadership, and as a country, we expect you to invent our future. Congratulations to the Fort Lewis class of 2015. Thank you for having me. Thanks.
Thank you, Senator Bennet, for those inspirational words. Each year, the Faculty Staff Awards Committee solicits nominations from the Fort Lewis College community and selects recipients for the highest honors the college bestows upon its employees. These awards will be presented officially at the Employee Recognition Reception on Monday afternoon. Those winners are Dr. Lee Frazier, recipient of the Alice Admire Outstanding Teaching Award. Dr. Stephen Finster, recipient of the New Faculty Teaching Award. Ms. Janet Dillon, recipient of the Outstanding Staff Award. Mr. Colin Smith, recipient of the Achievement Award. Dr. William Dodds, recipient of the Rogers Peters Professor Award. Dr. Ryan Holland, recipient of the Featured Scholar Award. Present with us today is Mr. Colin Smith and Dr. Ryan Holland. Would you please rise? And please applaud for our recipients. All the recipients of this year's awards are listed in the program with a biographical sketch. They represent the many fine and devoted college employees who make this a superb learning environment. Now we will hear from the Bala Sanim Choir under the direction of Miss Tehana James that will honor the graduating class. As they come in, please rise for the traditional honors song. Thank you. You may be seated. Fort Lewis College faculty, please rise. Dr. Thomas, it is with great pleasure that I present to you, on behalf of the faculty, the graduating class of May 2015. Now, will the candidates for graduation please stand? These students have completed the requirements for graduation and have been certified by the faculty and approved by the Board of Trustees for Fort Lewis College for the following degrees: Bachelor's Arts and Bachelor of Sciences.
By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees for Fort Lewis College, and upon verification that you have successfully completed your prescribed course of studies, I confer upon each of you the appropriate degree with all the rights, honors, and privileges pertaining thereto. Faculty and graduates, you may be seated.
Congratulations. As your name is called, please come so that you may be greeted by President Thomas. Those graduating with institutional honors may be identified by their Fort Lewis College medallion on a blue and gold ribbon and gold mortarboard tassels. Honor graduates must have earned 60 hours in residence at Fort Lewis College and maintain the following GPAs. For cum laude honors, a cumulative GPA average of 3.6 to 3.7 for all work undertaken. For magna cum laude honors, the GPA is 3.75 to 3.89. And for summa cum laude, it is 3.9 to 4.0. The John F. Reed Honors Program graduates will also be recognized. The first two graduates to be recognized are the student marshals, who have been chosen because they have the highest cumulative GPAs of this class. Following them, receiving the Bachelor of Science degree or the Bachelor of Arts degree will come forward for individual recognition in the order presented in the back of your commencement program, so that each graduate can be recognized with. I ask you to bear with us throughout the process of the individual recognition. Please remain seated and keep your noise down so that all may hear and enjoy.
Kaylin Hope LeClaire, summa cum laude and student marshal. Carrie Ann Ridiger, summa cum laude and student marshal. Patricia F. Anderson. Jamie Avila. Matilda Begay. Vanessa Renee Begay, cum laude. Jennifer Lynn Bick. Jeffrey Allen Craver. Amanda Kathleen Gwaltney, magna cum laude. Noel Henry. J. M. Jones. Michael Kaiser. Peyton Langley. Christina Ann Leos. Kayla Rain Lewis, magna cum laude. Henry Aaron Leitenberger. Raymond Dean Pitka. Rebecca Eileen Robbins. Nathan Robert Now. Shane T. Saganak, magna cum laude. Alicia Renee Sayal. Lacey Grace Adney. Christopher Jonathan Begay. Aaron Christopher Berg. Tyler Forbes Cook. Jack Lucian Courtney. Delaney Shippen Davis, summa cum laude. Sarah Flynn Doan. Kaylee Duvall. Brooke Irene Fabian. Jacqueline R. Glendenning. Jason D.W. Harris. Matthew Zachary Lay, cum laude. Amy Jean Leister. Jay McCarthy. Samantha Ann Merwin. Chelsea Teal Rose. Jolyn R. Nichols. Sarah Elizabeth Petherick. James Richard Peteritt. Audrey Elizabeth Smith. Tamira Ray Sunny. Ashley K. Staples. Maria A. Van Heusen. Lucas Ezekiel Archuleta. Sini May Atencio. Dominic Jordan Batting. Christopher Joseph Balata. Jamal Scott Campbell. Peter David Carey. Caleb M. Chandler. Wesley Gates Charles. Rachel Renee Clark. Jack Patrick Clunan. Casey Ryan Dean. Kristen Marie Dove. Marcel Enghart. Ethan Andrew Fisher. Kevin Matthew Floor, summa cum laude. Lorna Marie Hartzler. Ryan Paul Hawkins. Dylan M. Hensley, cum laude. Graham Daniel Holland. Megan Marie Kringle. Janice Lehner. Lindsay Nicole. Lucas Dean Loddick. Marcus Lux. James Adam Mankey. Michael B. Malone. Jenna Lee Manfredonia. Caitlin Marie Maston. Daniel McGarry. Tasha L. Moore. Nicholas Scott Moses. Tiffany Lynette Nibitzi. Danielle Christine Oakes. Ayla Isabel Owens, cum laude. Kyle Edward Parker. Luke Daniel Ian Pritchard. Alex Martin Prouty, magna cum laude. Timothy Michael Riddell. Maxwell P. Robinson. Travis Shield. Trey Lucas Seibel. Kelsey Lynn Smith. Joseph Tanner Solomon. Taylor Ray Sutherland. Colin Andrew Thompson. Valerina Lynn Toledo. Roberto Luis Trigo II. Maxwell Jack Twaddell. Eric Bradley Weaver. Daria Winterholter, summa cum laude. Bryce Albert Massey. Austin Morrison Brunig. Chloe Ray Canterbury. Jerry Kevin Loftus. Jeffrey Thomas Swartz, cum laude. Selena Ray Touchstone, magna cum laude. Lucas R.L. Knudsen, cum laude. Brittany Kayleen Sullivan. Kristen Page Henke. Clayton Joseph Tomchak, magna cum laude. John B. Barrett. Tamra B. Gayhart. Olivia Christine Hamblin. Brooke King. Kylie Ann Magazzini. Hannah Noel Mosen. Lindsay Sarah Filopos. Catherine Claire Rathbone. Austin Corbett Craig Wileman. Megan Marie Carrasco. Matthew Christopher Goodson. Nicholas James Hagloff, magna cum laude. Tyler I. Coley. Martha May McCabe. Adam T. Sowards. Sophia Lenore Tucker. Tong Wong. Cecina Teresa Marujo. James Donald Clumps. Jared Daniel Nielsen. Teresa Louise O'Hare. Jonathan Allen Smith. Kaylin Valier. Brooke Asafa. Dylan Bryce Chavez. Sean Mullahy Kennig. Brian Manycattle. J. Thomas Missany. Jaron Michael Pellegio Williams. Aaron Paul Waldman. Leah April Benali. Emily Kara Billings. Hunter James Boltmeyer. Kayla Ashley Catlin. Brandon Daniel Corcoran. Stephanie Lynn Garcia Dexter, summa cum laude. Natalia Elizabeth Diacovo, magna cum laude. Ashley Brianna Fife, cum laude. Victoria Louise Funner, cum laude. Megan Gallagher. Christopher Critter Joseph Golden. Lawrence Lewis Haddo. Aaron Bailey Henthorn. Hannah S. Horn. Pamela Lynn Howlett. Amber Lynn Hutchins, magna cum laude. Victoria Christine Isaac. Austin W. James Paulson. Shantell Ray Johnson. Linnea Michelle Lee. Kaylee Lynn Meyer. Jordan Alexandra Mira. Gwendolyn Grace Miller, summa cum laude. Eric Henry Opp, magna cum laude. Elliot Prost. Zachary David Richmond. Olivia M. Seavey. Sheridan Blaine Slutsky. Hannah Smith. Callie Sarah Smithson. Stephanie Sonka, summa cum laude. Alexander Lerner Thompson, magna cum laude. Julie Tovarnak, magna cum laude. Paige Candace Traversey. Claire Johanna West, cum laude. Candace Nicole White. Devin Kathleen Wilkinson, summa cum laude. Robert Lyndon Claw. Colin Clausen. Megan Elizabeth Cook. Kelsey Nicolette Cooper. Taylor Evan Gaddis. Adaline Gray Eyes. Tyler William Harrington, magna cum laude. Brandarius Johnson. Heather Rose Johnson. Travis Michael Kettleslager, magna cum laude. Dawn Marie Lawson. Lisa Monica Lewandowski, cum laude. Scott F. Martin, cum laude. Catherine Deanne Medina. Megan Marie Olson. Tony LaFay Pitts. Emily Michaela Red. Mara E. Roll. Ryan Jacob Ross. Rita Isabel Salazar. Cheyenne Shalane Seriano.
Robert Murray Wasserman.
Robert Murray Wasserman, summa cum laude. Katie Ann Watkins. Samantha Marie Weiss. Emily S. Young. Tina Suzanne Zuniga. Lavenna May Charlie. Lionel Daniel David DiGiacomo, magna cum laude. Melinda Wagon. Cody Lee Green. Heather Kimberly Pena, cum laude. Kaylin Donnell Roach. Evan Peter West, magna cum laude. Nicholas T. McChesney. Dawn Christine Ahart. Brandon Scott Barber. Jada Autumn Brady. Courtney Amanda Cannon, summa cum laude. Brian G. Jameson. Ashley Kate Bishop. Andrea Denise Frazee. Kenneth James Brees. Samuel Elliott Anderson.
President Thomas, this concludes today's the graduates.
Bachelor degree candidates, you may now move your tassel from the right to the left. Congratulations!
Now that you have earned recognition as a graduate and an alumnus of Fort Lewis, let me introduce you to Mr. Mark Goldfarb, representing the Fort Lewis College alumni.
Good morning. I'm Mark Goldfarb, and I've been at the college for 19 years now, and it's been so special to have this honor today to welcome you, because I've seen you all at orientation, and now I see you at commencement. So on behalf of the 28,000 members I represent this morning, it's my pleasure to officially welcome you to the Fort Lewis College Alumni Association. As you exit this commencement ceremony this morning, you'll be greeted by faculty, by staff, by family and friends who are here and have been here to support you all along your journey. As you walk out those doors this morning, I also want you to think of the 28,000 alumni who are also celebrating your success this morning. Graduates, I would like you to tassels while I talk to your supporters for just a minute. Family and friends, this is another moment that you've waited for. Please get your cameras ready. You have done so much to earn this shot. Graduates, stand with me now if you have ever pulled an all-nighter. Stand with me now if you dug deeper to exceed your expectations or the expectations of your families and friends. Stand with me now if you took a risk and learned that you had more to give. It's time for the countdown. Are you ready to celebrate? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Congratulations to the Fort Lewis College class of 2015.
Thank you, Mr. Goldfarb. Would everyone please rise for the performance of the alma mater led by Ms. Dory Smith. The words and music may be found on page 20 of your program.
To you, Fort Lewis College, our alma mater dear, we sing of pride and honor, our thanks from far and near, our glorious tradition, community so true, with loyalty and service, we pledge our love to you.
Thank you. Would the families please be seated? A reception for the graduates, their families, faculty, and staff will be held immediately after the ceremony in the Student Life Center. We ask that you remain in your seats until the faculty and students have left the building so that the faculty form a line and greet the graduates as they emerge.